Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to talk about 7 life-changing habits. These are things that I feel are really important things that everybody should be working on. And I hope you find this beneficial. I'm going to run through what the 7 life-changing habits are, and then I'm going to give a brief explanation of what each one is. So number 1, look at the future. Stop looking at the past. Number 2, read books. Number 3, set goals. Number 4, focus on the positive. Number 5, appreciation. Number 6, give charity. Number 7, exercise and meditation. So let's roll back and let's get a little bit of details of each one of these. And I'll make this pretty brief. It's not going to be a long video. Number 1 was look to the future, stop looking in the past. Now, when we want to grow, when we want to be better, when I want to be a better person than I was yesterday, if I do the same things that I did yesterday, I get up at a certain time, I check my Facebook, I drink a coffee, I get dressed, I go to work, I'm in the same mood that I was going to work today that I was yesterday. And, today is more or less the same. I do the same thing at work today that I did yesterday. When life becomes habitual, from the minute that I wake up in the morning to the minute that I go to bed, then there isn't much room for growth. But when I'm looking at the future, when I'm looking at different possibilities, when I'm looking at how things could be different, and I try to do things a little bit different in my routine, then that can actually be a catalyst for change, for improvement. That's number 1. Number 2, read books. I think people today are spending way too much time on social media. I'm specifically talking about self-help books and books about growth, self-growth. I've read many books over the last few years. And I have seen that, YouTube videos are very helpful and can actually give you direction in what book I want to read next. But when you open up a book and you read a book, it really gives you a much deeper delve into the topic and really helps you digest it and to work on it. Watching a YouTube video is kind of external unless you're actually watching hours and hours and hours on the same topic, whereas reading a book, it becomes much more internal. It's easier to internalize it than watching a video. Number 3 was set goals. If I don't know where I'm going, then I really have no idea where I'm going. And I'll just go in the direction that life takes me. If I set goals, then I have a path I have a place that I want to get to, and then I can actually make the path to help me actually get there. Without goals, we're kind of, fuffling around. We'll just go wherever life takes us. Whereas if I have goals, then I have direction and I have actual more meaning in my life as well. So setting goals is really important. Focus on the positive. Very important. When people complain and moan and talk about how terrible life is, it doesn't really help their mood. It really doesn't help the way that they're going to get through the day. When somebody is constantly looking at the positive, looking for the positive, that can really be a game changer as to how you get through your day. The next one was appreciation. It's really connected with focusing on the positive. When we tell somebody else that we appreciate them because of the positive things that they do, because of the positive way that they are, that is also being able to communicate that appreciation to that positiveness to somebody else. It affects me and it also affects the other person. It is very life-changing if it is made a habit. The next one was giving charity. Now, everybody wants to have a little bit more money. Everybody wants to, many people, not everybody, many people would like to be wealthy. And many people feel that they're on this mouse wheel, that they're running and running and running and running. They're going to work and they're putting in so many hours each day, but they're not actually getting anywhere. They're barely getting through the month. And so how do we get out of this so-called rat race? One of the ways, according to Jewish tradition, Jewish law actually, is there is a halacha, it's Jewish law, that a person needs to give charity every month. And it's written, I've given a video on this. Maybe I'll give a link to the video in the notes below so you can spend some time on that. It's an entire video, I think it's just under half an hour, on giving charity, and it is very, very important for a person to give charity, whether it's 5% of his income, 10% of his income. There are many people that are giving 20% of their income. It's very, very important. It's based on Jewish law. If you want more information about that, see the link to the video below. And the last one is exercise and meditation. And the reason I put these together is because they go together. I really feel that they go together. Exercise is just moving the body, getting around, you know, whether it's running, whether it's cycling, swimming, just doing yoga, stretching, whatever it is. Do it getting out of your comfort zone, stretching the body, pushing the body a little bit to its limits, not too much, but actually just getting out of your comfort zone of your everyday, sitting in an armchair behind or in a chair behind a computer, or doing whatever you do. Exercise is very important. On the other side, meditation, I would say, is equally as important. Just being able to clear your mind, do nothing, and really listen to meditations. And the Jewish way of doing meditation is actually called hitbodedut, which is personal prayer, speaking to God about what's going on. Just pouring out your heart, which is also a form of meditation. So these are my 7 life-changing habits. I really think that if someone takes these on board, really takes them seriously, and incorporates these ideas into their day-to-day, and not just leave it as a theoretical idea on a YouTube channel. If you really take these on board and take them seriously, you can make some tremendous difference in your day-to-day living. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again soon.